just casually having multiple jobs to make it here in the most expensive city in the world. Welcome to a busy work week in New York City where I show you all of my jobs from the POV of a native New Yorker trying to make it here in the Big Apple. Make sure to watch all the way to the end where I speak on a cool panel because of my job.
Damn, here comes the train.
There it is.
What are you waving at?
Hello.
LIR.
So today I am having my second ever Pio Chai pop-up shop. My brother here is going to be my personal assistant. Show the gear that you're wearing today.
The gear?
He came to rep with the
oh, the gear. I thought you meant like the equipment.
He got the Joy Bangla sweatshirt and he got the Bangladesh sweatpants. And also I got my Joy Bangla t-shirt. You won't see it right now, but I'm wearing it. You'll see it later. So anyway, we're having it at Pio Chai. It's in Stewart Manor, Long Island. This is my first ever mural that I painted. It's over 20 feet It's over 20 feet long. And it's so like surreal to have a pop-up shop at the place that I painted my first mural at. And it's holiday season, so it's like giving back, but also I have like a few supporters now, a lot more than last year when I first had it. So like I'm going to be meeting more people. And also Pio Chai, they just announced that they're having momos, and they're the first ever location I think in Long Island to have momos. So we're gonna just be having some fun. This is exciting, especially as like an artist, a small business owner, and just like a person in general to be meeting people and like selling stuff for holiday season. And also Pio Chai #2 is opening soon, deeper in Long Island in Higgsville, and I also painted a mural there 22 feet long, and that's going to be opening soon. I actually finished that in February. So this is like a nice little, you know, celebration before the year ends. Are you ready to be my personal manager today? My little assistant?
Sure, I guess.
He has no choice. Also, as you can see, the whole car is packed with a lot of stuff. That's the clothing rack, and we also got 3 boxes, and we got a lot of equipment in bags. Also, it was a very big journey to bring this from my apartment to Long Island because I had to bring it in like this long like trolley. You know those like grocery store trolleys? That's what I had to bring it in. Before we start setting up. So as we were setting up, we were kind of scared because it was very close to 4, which is when the pop-up started. And when I turned around, within like a few minutes, all these people were lined up, and I was so grateful because I never experienced that before. And it got so crowded so quick that I wasn't even able to take any pictures or videos of the table or the setup before people started coming. And literally it was so nice to meet you guys and just talk to you and hear your stories and journeys. A lot of you guys are from high school and your moms drove you, and it was so nice to see the moms in the far off corner just like admiring them talking and the mural that I made. And also the Bangladesh merch got sold out so quickly, and I'm so grateful to have such a strong Bangladeshi community. But I was so happy to meet you guys. Like this really made my whole year, and it's such a nice way to end the year. I told my brother to take some B-roll of the setup after everyone left, and this is what he got. He actually did pretty good, and I might have to make him my assistant forever. I was also so grateful because the weather that day was horrible and people still came through from so many different boroughs. Like that's commitment, and I love that. Alright, another successful pop-up. We are finally done. It is pitch black, and the fact that people came out when it's horrible weather, they came out from like deep in Queens, which means you have to take like 3 trains, the LIRR, and just walk, and it's just like crazy that so many people came. I met so many of you guys. Also, I'm like out of breath, but we had some nice God damn! Is everything okay?
I didn't know the camera was up.
We had some nice momos. I sold a good amount of stuff, which is always great, which means one less heavy box to bring back to my apartment. But it was amazing time. My friends came through from Queens with their whole family, and it's just like always such a nice vibe to meet you guys. And I'm just excited to end the year strong. Today we got another jam-packed day. The best thing about working from home is that I can literally step out in this and just do all my work like this. Today is a very jam-packed small business slash artist slash podcast and content creation day. So first of all, we're gonna pack some orders that we got from the pop-up. A lot of people started ordering from the website because things were sold out, fortunately and also unfortunately. And second, we gotta do some editing for YouTube and whatnot. And third, I have a call with, Third, I got a call with a showcase that I want to do in January, so we're figuring out all the details for that. Fourth, I have to do some art for a painting that I'm working on, also for another showcase because I really want to start putting my art in a gallery next year. We got big things planned for 2023. And fourth, we gotta record the podcast at Difficultish, if you guys don't know. Right now, to, you know, boost my mood, I'm listening to the new SZA album. I'm excited to start this day off on the right foot. This is the alleged right foot that I'm talking about. I appreciate it so much that you guys reached out to me. It's like an honor to be a part of this, or, you know, be considered for it. So
I followed your work for a while.
Oh, thank you.
It's just in due time when it made sense.
I feel like a lot of Bangladeshis kind of get left out of the narrative, and it's mostly like Pakistani or Indian people that get showcased more. Yeah. So it's so nice that you know, like wanted to represent more than just like the dominant, I guess, race or culture in South Asia. So I appreciate that a lot. All right, so I packed my orders, I had my call, I made some content for the podcast and for myself, and now I'm gonna do some art. I love that my job is, you know, related to my passion. I love that my designs are things that I've made. I love packing orders. I love the fact that I work from home. It's such a blessing. But also when you're still in like the beginning phases of your business, content creation, anything that you do that's self-employment, it's so hard to like actually make money and make a lot of money and also just have help from other people. Like everything that I do right now is by myself, which is amazing, but it's also very time consuming. So a lot of people think that when you get into your passions, when you work from home, when you have a business, it's just like automatic money, you make your own hours, you make a lot of money. But that's really not the case. Like it's really investing in your future and putting the time in and putting the effort in, especially when it's not going well. I have grown a lot over the past few years of doing these things on my own, especially full time after graduation, but it's really not like as easy as it seems. So I'm like hustling every single day and I'm really proud of myself, but also on the other end of it, it's hard. I'm excited to get to a point where my fruits of my labor are finally there and it's like everything is worth it. So I'm gonna do some painting now. I'm excited for this gallery that I'm gonna have eventually. A lot of these things happen way later. You know, I'm working on this now, but you're not gonna see the final piece or like the thing that I'm working towards many months later. Probably not smart to do this on my bed, huh? If I got paint in my hair already, I need to start yet. We have to constantly outdo it. Just casually having multiple jobs to make it here in the most expensive city in the world. Gratefully, tomorrow I actually have my first ever panel that I'm speaking on. So it's going to be in Jamaica, Queens, in New York City. I'm so grateful to have a platform like this where my influence and me bringing representation to South Asians and specifically Bangladeshi people allows me to like speak on things like this and, you know, give my input on things like this. So tomorrow I am going to be literally sitting on stage. I'm going to be decked out in a full shari in my full cultural gear because it is currently Bangladesh Victory Day. So to celebrate that, me and some other individuals are going to be sitting on stage and we are going to be asked questions about being a hyphenated identity Bangladeshi American, how it feels to be a part of both things, and how it feels to be a child of immigrants, you know, how we have this identity in America, and just a lot of cultural questions. And I'm really excited because my mom is coming, my brother is coming, my family is coming, and I'm just like excited to, you know, do my part in bringing some more representation and talking about my experiences. I'm not doing this to get paid. This is more of just me giving my voice and giving my experience and just doing something for the community. A lot of these things, I'm very grateful to have these experiences, but they're not to monetize off of. You know, this is more just for me and more just for the community and for my family. So I'm really excited about it. Your smile? Why do you always yawn? Hello everyone, I'm Mahua. I'm so happy to be here because just being surrounded by some beautiful, inspirational Bangladeshi people is so nice to see, especially in New York and America. I'm a Bangladeshi artist. I like making murals. I made a mural at a South Asian boba shop in Long Island. I made two. I also like bringing more representation to more Bangladeshi people, more South Asian people, and I think it's a nice breath of fresh air when you see a New Yorker or American Bangladeshi person bringing representation to your roots and finally seeing it in America. I also am a small business owner, and I have, you know, my own apparel and my own art on clothing, and I put a lot of Bangladeshi symbols on that. So I really like representing my culture through the arts, and I'm really grateful to be here. So I'm also a teacher, and I've had, you know, a few Bangladeshi kids, and they get so happy when they see a Bangladeshi teacher because they've never had that before, and that's like the representation that we needed. The parents especially, they think that it's kind of lesser than, they think that it's not as serious, that it's like a math or science field. They usually push kids to go into the doctor in that field, or, you know, lawyer, engineer, you know, the usual degrees that we're used to. Because I've also, you know, had that experience where we go through elementary school and then we get busy with FAT and AP classes and all that in high school, and it's not pushed as much. But I think with that being said, you have to like really push to go into that untraditional path, because, you know, for the most part, your parents are pushing you, but they don't really want you to take it too serious, because then the serious subjects will be kind of falling behind. Believe in yourself to, you know, pursue such a hard path. Prove to them that you can make it. You know, hopefully in the next generation, we can start having more conversations that are about like divorce, or like about, I don't know, like an abusive relationship, or things that are just very taboo, things that usually affect reputation, and why speaking up about depression and speaking up about anything mental health related can ruin your reputation when that's like something that you're dealing with, you know. So it's really important to, you know, have therapy and just have open conversations. Something else that I want to add actually that's kind of different is just women empowerment. I think our culture and just society in general, we're taught to like, you know, do things for our husbands only. We can't really have a job that's better than our husbands. We can only have a life physically if we have a husband. We can't move out. We can't, you know, get a higher degree because we need a husband. And I think in the next generation, we really need to push women to not just like depend on their husband, for women to learn about like financial literacy, for them to have their own bank accounts, for them to live alone and like experience life without depending on someone. And I think that's, you know, something that everyone has to work on, not just Bangladeshi people, but it is something that really like makes us, I think, feel weak in this culture. Because, you know, some women want to leave their husbands, they can't, because they don't have any sense of like money, any sense of like financial literacy, or any experience in the world. So I think in the next generation, we really have to push their